Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle14, and I'm here doing a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 2, Episode 2. Alright, let's jump right into it. Okay. Alright, like I said, how I'm doing on videos with Love and Marriage is I do the couples by each at a time. So I do Kimmy and Maurice first, then I do Marcel and Letitia, and then I do Martell and Melanie. Alright, so Kimmy and Maurice. They think this season so far is probably going to be a little bit more about the ex-wife and the son. Now, we all know that, well, please go back to my old play that's Love and Marriage to get caught up. But the little background is that Maurice is married to Kimmy. This is his second wife. He was married before, and he got a son with this ex-wife. So now he co-parenting with his ex-wife. I forgot her name, Kyra. I did Kyra or something like that, Kyra. And it's been talk, and I guess he said it was agreement with the ex-wife or something like that. When his son comes to middle school, then he will take the son full time. She had raising him, they was co-parenting, but he says in middle school it's perfect time to have his father in his life full time when he's going through this transitioning from elementary to middle school and stuff like that, becoming a man, becoming young boy, stuff like that, young teenager going towards manhood. So Maurice should be there more full time. All right, so all at the same time, Maurice is going to school. He's studying. I think he's studying being a full time. What is he studying? I think he's doing attorney stuff like that, but he's studying for school, the bar. He'll be a lawyer. And Kimmy, she had a son. She raised a son as a single parent. So she basically just want to live her life. Don't want to be raising any more kids. Yes, she loved Monster. That's the son name. I don't know. That's a nickname or that's his really name. But Maurice's son, they call him Monster. Yes, they raised Monster and stuff like that. Yes, she loves him and stuff like that, and she does it. But she don't really want to be a single parent again or taking care of all the responsibility while Maurice is going to school and doing all this stuff and leaving all her other responsibility to her after she just had her life taking care of her son, Jalen, who's out in college and everything. So she just want to live her life. And she married now, she want to do things. But she don't want to be tied down to the house raising another kid after, especially, yes, she's a stepmom, but that's not really her son. So that's the problem here with their relationship. I mean, they still okay. They don't really have much issues like Martell and Melanie is, and a little bit probably more so on Letitia. But it will be some problems between those relationship because now when it came to when he talked to his son about things, he supposed to be going to the camp. I just was a camp for the summer, so they don't really have much time to spend time with him before they send him to camp. So when he talked to his son, he said he needs to go to dates. He talked to his son, and then his ex-wife got on the phone and sounded with a little attitude like, "Oh, it concerns me too, and you got to talk to me, or stuff like that." And I was like, "Where is this coming from?" So when he got off the phone with her, he said, "I'm gonna call you back when you are having a better day," so like that. Kimmy said she slightly understand with the ex-wife coming from because Maurice didn't understand what the attitude for. It was like, listen, taking care of the son full time on the father, he should be with me. So why it was with the attitude? And Kimmy said she understands where she coming from a little bit because as a mom and everything, I'm being with the son, and then you telling me that you taking my son away and being with the father, so like that. But I said that's his son too. So why I feel like why I don't understand why parents feel like they so entitled and so like have great ownership over the kid, especially if both parents in his kid's life. Now it would be different that Maurice was not in his son's life, and then he wouldn't start being the father. No, he always been the father. The only thing is that after he got divorced with his ex-wife, he moved away and went to Huntsville. So it's like he didn't stay in Michigan when his old family was at. He went to Huntsville, Alabama. So it's different. So it's a little dynamic. And then you could also tell maybe slightly the woman, the ex-wife, is still not over. She still got some feelings for Maurice. So she's taking it out because you married this new chick. You with this new girl. She's there, all that stuff. You moved on. and maybe she still feels type of way about Maurice moving on and doing something like that. So here's the other woman being the stepmom to my child and stuff. So she is like not over. Seems like she's like over. Maybe she might not probably want to be back with Maurice, but she still kind of like has some ill feelings towards him moving on and being with another chick. So, because it came off of her energy, and it seemed like also when she was doing FaceTime with when he was FaceTiming her energy just seemed so negative. Like she just like ugh. And with the Kimmy thing, especially when Marshall told her that Kimmy, his father is marrying Kimmy, she just seems so happy about that. So I was like, oh, this ex-wife gonna get it. She gonna be something. She gonna be something. And so Kimmy said she understands that you're gonna take it away. He said, I understand the nurturing and something like that, but we've had a talk and we had an agreement. See, that's the problem. If you had an agreement with the man and you accepted that agreement, why is a problem now because he moved on and remarried? That's the issue. Why you were reneging in your argument and your agreement with him? And I was like, personally for me, understand, yes, I have my son. It's going to be hard not having my son with me full time when you want to take my son. But I would say it's not your son. It's your son. It's both of your son. So you had to make the decision when it's best for the child. So if y'all had to agreed on him being with his father when he's in middle school, so let it be happening. Let that happen. Or if the boy, he's old enough to make the decision. If he want to be with his father right now, let him be with his father. Like me personally, I wouldn't have a problem. Like as long as you keep in touch with me, let me know what's going on. I come every now and often to check on my son, calls, everything. It's not like I'm abandoning them. It's like sometimes mothers need a break too. But I don't know. If that was me, I wouldn't have no problem with that. Especially if we discussed and I know he will do right with our child. So I don't have no issue why he will take her son full time. Now it's not like he just said up or gone, like I said. So Kimmy said I need to be around. It's a man out there. So Kimmy said I understand you. So if that was the case, you need to be around your father. Why you moved away from Michigan and stay be close to him if you was wanting to be doing all that? And he said he wanted to live his life and stuff like that. So it's no wrong he moving away, but sure I do understand. But I don't think the problem is so much about the ex-wife letting go her son. I think the problem is that the ex-wife have a problem with Kimmy, and I don't know what's the issue. And Kimmy seems like she's like Kimmy is like very positive, so she don't want to see that is really a major issue with the ex-wife because she don't understand why she would have a major problem with her. So, but you don't know Kimmy's like it's that, but she do understand the aspect of the motherhood, but she don't really understand that aspect of Kimmy, the ex-wife, having really a major problem with her in regards with Maurice. So that was that. So Kimmy went to a girls' night because she said she don't have much time to do that and everything. So when she had the time, she wanted to hang out with her girls. So they went to her girls, and one of the ladies was Millie, was Maurice's sister. And they was talking, and Letitia and a girl named Laquisha came. I said, damn, what's all these damn Letitia, Laquisha? So Laquisha, they was there. And they talked about the situation. And Millie, the sister, was like, I understand you don't know the problems. Like, yes, because y'all moved on, understand, but it doesn't cover the feelings. It doesn't cover the emotions. It doesn't cover the time you had. It doesn't cover all that other stuff. And then on top of that, you want to take my child away from me? Then I want to kill you, but that's me. She made it as a joke. And Kimmy laughed about it. But I was like, wow, you didn't go through all that. I maybe like the minority in this situation. Like, ladies, if y'all watch my video, tell me how y'all feel about the same situation. I do understand that Maurice want to take the son will make the wife, the ex-wife and the mother feel type of way a little bit. But I wouldn't be so hell-bent have an issue with that. I would say, hey, give me a break sometimes. Like, let you be a full-time dad and not be here and not do like that. It doesn't take away from me being nurturing as a mother. As long as you communicate with me, I'll be fine. I don't have no issue with that, especially when there's a transition when he needs his father permanent in his life. So like I said, Maurice is active in his son's life. It's not like he's a deadbeat father. It is as a situation. But I do feel like the ex-wife has a problem that he moved on. And that's the issue. And I don't know why a lot of women does that, or even a lot of men does that. When you break up with someone, move on. Why you have an issue, they're moving on, and you don't want to let go. So she's still holding on to this possibility that Maurice she could have Maurice, but I don't know. I'm not putting words in the lady mouth until we see his ex-wife comes to the scene, which is shown in the trailer that they will have a sit down. So we'll see how that goes. And she said she was like, yes, because the wife said, I put all my time in you and time in him, and you moved on, get with another woman. That would bother me and stuff like that. So that's maybe his issue, her issue. But I would say, man, it seemed like she built him up, and he just left her when he built her up. Like he had everything, he used her for when he wanted, and then left her and be with somebody else. I think that was not the issue. But they said, yeah, Martell ain't had much at the past and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter whether he had or not. It just is the fact that their relationship ended. It's not because of him. The relationship ended because it was negative thing. Whatever happened, they didn't really specify what exactly what happened. Maybe he did, but I just forgot. But that was that. So we'll see more about that situation. But it seemed like the ex-wife will have a problem with Maurice and Kimmy. So we'll see. We look forward to that. All right. So Marcel and Letitia. It wasn't too much Letitia as much to the end. But Marcel was in the gym working out. One of his friends, I think Sador, whatever his name is, his friend S came and was talking to him. It was like, first he was so aggressive. He said, did you this? Everything's okay? This and that. And so, do you talk to your boys? Or this and that? I was like, why are you so militant 100 questions right now? So Marcel picking up the end, and she said, so, come on, what's up? What's going on? Like, what you not telling me? So basically, it was Martell have an issue with Marcel, because Martell feel like Marcel has been talking about him and joking about him and kicking him down, not knowing that he knows things about it. So he's bothered that Marcel was talking about him. So Marcel is blindsided because he don't know where this is coming from. It's like, what have I been like that? I've always been defending him, and every time somebody says something, he defended him at some points. But you have been making jokes and jabs at him too. So we see the last season. So you wasn't too innocent about the situation, and you and Letitia has been judging and basically very, very judgmental in the relationship, especially Letitia. So it's not far fetched for him to think that you will say something about his relationship and about his infidelity, that he did something. Now, as if you know you're an expert in the field, and you kind of like shaming Martell for getting caught, and you were masterful for not getting caught. Because at the end of the day, I don't think that Martell, what he said about Marcel was completely 100% inaccurate. I think he has some truth of what he's saying. I believe that Marcel has been cheated. He has been cheating, and so because the fact that he had Letitia in the house and want to keep her stagnant in the house and staged in the house, it makes it solidify more of our reasons that he may be out there doing something, because now he had Letitia in the house, always in the house, and she's not out there checking on him. And that's what he wants. He don't want Letitia to have too much freedom to check up on him, because if he does, then his cover will be blown. So he went to talk to Marcel because he wanted to get this. Marcel went to talk to Martell about what's going on, because he didn't believe that Martell would have a power with him. So when he called Martell, he clearly could understand that Martell had a power with him. He said, let's talk face to face. He said, cool. Got there, he was trying to dap up Martell. Martell was not having it. I said, oh, you being snidey? All right, so they talk, and basically Martell said, listen, you've been kicking me while I'm down. You've been making slight jokes and stuff like that, as if y'all haven't been cheating on with 20 different women. He said y'all, so I don't know who else was in that circle, because remember Martell said that he was hanging around group of people who has been cheating, and that led him to be a cheater because he flocked to the group that he kept. So if Marcel was one of the group people that he was talking about, then Marcel probably was people who was cheating, and he learned his thing from being around Marcel. And Letitia did say something that when they first met Melanie and Martell, they was hanging around a lot, and then maybe from there he changed. So I was like, okay, that's when it started, from that time period. So if you connect the dots, maybe that's the group of people he was talking about. So they was back and forth, and Marcel, what you talking about? 20 women? What's going on? How you prove that? So Martell said, oh, She don't want to tell me. I could prove. I could got phone calls. I can get things. We can do a lot of success. So more so, I'm not participating in none of that. I'm not participating in that. You got to be out of that crazy. So they got some more tell say you got to go. You got to go. So more so went home and told Letitia and told her what everything happened. She said, "Why he was saying all that? We're coming from 20 different women." And that's the truth. She said, "Why you will he let him say all that?" He said, "Well, he's a grown ass man. He can say whatever he want." She said, "Oh no! If I better not hear this again, if it's here again, that means there's some truth to that." I said, "It may be some truth. Well, you better give up, good, because there's a truth to that." And I do feel like he has, and we'll see. But he's so hell bent that proving that Martell is messed up, and he got major defensive about that. Especially when you know you are cheating and you get very defensive when somebody says something about you. Because if you was cool and you never do that, you would not got too rowdy. But hey, it's between two narcissistic type of men who think about fully hiding from themselves, going at each other. Though both alpha males, somebody will try and be a dominate. Somebody trying to go be over the top and trying to reach and one up one another. And that's the thing. Something like they trying to measure their balls. And I said, oh, okay. So, all right, that was that. Melody Martell, you know what? I don't even gotta spend too much time with them. They got this. They have this cover of a magazine called I Push, was portraying a power couple. So they go and pretend like they always do, pretend in the public eye, but behind closed door they are freaking miserable. Their relationship is not all that great. Melody agreed for him to move up to upstairs. Remember last episode she would say, "You gotta get out, you gotta get out." So he said everything's good. Or he told Melody that he was going to therapy, he working on himself like that. So out of opportunity, she asked either you leave or you go upstairs, and he chose the ladder, and she agreed to go let him go upstairs. I said okay, and it's all the sake for, despite what they're going through, they want to make sure the family dynamics and routine is not disrupted. Even though Martell mentioned that the kids could pick up on things that is not good, and he know his son Martell Jr. is picking up a lot of things that he know was going on between mom and daddy. So they can't hide for your kids for long, y'all. Y'all they know what's going on. So they did a little prayer, and so I said, I don't know, you staying with him because of the sake of your children, that's the worst thing you could do. Because if you only teach your children anything that, oh, daddy is doing that, he could walk all over you, and you keep taking him back, and that's acceptable behavior. You could take him back because you love him and stuff. Love is not enough. Love is not enough if you break my heart and trust and honest. That would take more to repair. So if you break that, then what's the point? Love is not gonna help that. So that was that. So they doing the sex for the kids. They said the prayer got the kids. So they said they gonna go to the event and do what they do normally fashion, answer these questions, act like a good couple and stuff, and knowing deeper down inside they're not. Marlon Melody said she want to file for the divorce, and he should not push her on it and fight her on it. I said, okay, yeah, right, girl. It seemed like to me, the more you talk, the more like you're not really trying to get over it. You just want to say things to say, you want to hurt, you want to say all that stuff. At the end of the day, you not going to leave. I don't think she's going to leave. And if she does leave, then I'll be surprised. Because if you keep taking him back all this damn time, and he had a whole, especially when he had a whole ass affair, not only like a one-time thing, he had a 3 years relationship with this figure. She kept talking to her to the point that it was revealed that she asked him to change his number. He never changed his number. I said, I don't know why he didn't change his number. You didn't forget to change your number. You didn't change your number because you still want to have access to her. Say you haven't talked to her in 5 months. How the hell she just called you out of the blue in 5 months if you haven't talked to her? Okay, all right. Martell, we go by what you're saying. So they went to the thing. They did a normal public imagery fashion. But they talk, and Melody still trying to give him a hard time, and they did reveal that the houses that they built, they buying out the other group, so they dissolving that group and they doing this, so they have an open house coming out, and that's when Marcel went to talk to Martell. But that was that. That was the episode of Love and Marriage, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button on my watermark on my video, or hit the subscribe button down below, and keep supporting. I will talk to y'all later. All right, peace.